He wants to be buried in a pyramid.
What's not to love about an entombment in a stunning, bleach-white pyramid? In 2009, Cage enraged New Orleans locals when he bought the tomb located in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 near Marie Laveau, a renowned voodoo practitioner. The 9-foot-tall pyramid towers above the rest of the graves and reads Omnium Uno, which translates to everything from one. Talk about a super cool way to spend eternity.
He learned how to read from comic books.
Cage is a comic book aficionado, but he's not a run-of-the-mill comic bro who started collecting when he got some cash. It turns out comics mean more to Cage than anyone might have imagined, and they are kind of responsible for his entire career. In an interview with Empire, he revealed, "What's interesting about comic book movies is that people have attached words to me like comic book geek or comic book nerd or this, that, or the other. But the truth of the matter is that I'm loyal to my childhood. I grew up reading comic books, they are how I learned to read, and they stimulated my imagination. In a shamanic way even, and I had no doubt that when the time came, with the technology required, that those comic books would translate into some of the greatest entertainment the world has ever seen, and lo and behold.
He crashed his own party to read an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
Every year on Cage's birthday, January 7, the Alamo Draft House in Austin, TX, holds a birthday party of sorts where they play a marathon of his films. The movie lineup is always a secret. The whole thing is simply a ploy to compel Cage to come to the party. He didn't show up until the fourth event in 2017, when he made an unforgettable appearance. Cage took the stage to read The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, which was arguably one of his best performances.
There's a very nerdy reason why he wasn't in Lord of the Rings.
The cast of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings is untouchable. It's impossible to imagine anyone other than Viggo Mortensen playing Aragorn, the true king of men. However, at one point, Cage was in the running for the role. Cage explained he didn't take the role because his life was too busy. He didn't want to leave home for 3 years to film. Instead, he just wanted to watch the movies as a fan. But the thing is about those movies, I can watch them. I can enjoy them as an audience member. I don't really watch my own movies. And so I genuinely do have the joy of watching these, especially with Lord of the Rings, he told Newsweek.
He's a model train enthusiast.
When Cage tried to sell his Bel Air mansion, described as a frat bordello in 2010, realtors and tabloids alike discovered his obsession with model trains. The listing for the home noted the breakfast room featured model train sets on raised tracks a couple of feet below the ceiling, which circled through the inside of the breakfast room and 2 bedrooms. Previously, Dean Martin and Tom Jones owned the house, but Cage outfitted the abode with model trains. The house didn't sell for the million Cage hoped to get, probably because it would have taken a lot of work to remove all those trains. But why would you want to?
Someone stole a rare comic from him, and when it was found 11 years later, he sold it.
Cage's comic collection is like a living, but there's one notable comic absent from his previous collection. Action Comics 1. The actor paid $0 for the comic in 1997, and 3 years later, he discovered it missing after a series of parties at his Los Angeles home. Cage assumed a partygoer stole the rare comic from a locked, bulletproof case. Nearly 11 years after Cage reported the theft, it wound up in a storage unit owned by Sylvester Lozano. The original detective who searched for the comic in 2000 set up a sting operation and retrieved the stolen issue. After Cage got the comic back, he sold it for $161,000.
His son is basically an Amalgam comics character.
His son is basically an Amalgam comics character.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.